How we doing, everybody? Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. My name is Jason here in Columbus, Ohio. So glad you could join me for my first review. A little bit about me. I'm a drumming enthusiast and also a bourbon enthusiast. I love whiskeys of all kinds, mostly bourbon. I'm trying to get more into Scotch, and I do love some Irish whiskeys as well. So I will be reviewing those as the time goes on, but mostly want to stick to my true love, which is bourbon.
Now, this will not be my first Islay Scotch, but it will be my first Islay Scotch that I've had in a really, really long time. Woo! That was squeaky and loud. All right. Woo! Wow. Wow, so many things happening. Today, we have one of the most iconic bourbon bottles in history. It is Blanton's Single Barrel Bourbon from Buffalo Trace. So this is the final one with the racer holding his fist up mightily in the air that he just won. And now we're gonna pull. Definitely got some really nice caramel corn sweetness on the nose. That nuttiness, that really nice nutty characteristic is staying true there. It's really completely different nose, completely different. The champion of the March Madness $20 to $30 Bourbon Bracket Championship. Here it is, everyone. Wild Turkey 101 wins the championship. Out of all the bottles that's been in the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room, this one might be the most unique. This bottle represents a wonderful idea, collaboration within the whiskey community, and what will end up being a delicious infinity blend. Now, I love this stuff, especially as a dessert whiskey. This series will focus on bourbons, ryes, Irish whiskeys, and scotches, all that are available on the shelf, and they also have to be whiskeys that I haven't reviewed before. So first up today is the Old Grandad Bonded from Jim Beam.
This is my first kind of live stream doing on my own here, but I'm really excited. Hey guys, how we doing? Happy Whiskey Wednesday. Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. As you know, I'm Jason C. Welcome everyone. I would like to bring on my guest tonight. You know him as David Jennings. You know him as Rare Bird 101. If Star Wars was about Wild Turkey, he would be Yoda. So welcome, David.
I think Jimmy would be Yoda, but that's okay.
Ding, ding. Very good.
Wait, why do you guys know? Why do all three of you know that?
We just learned that. Where did we learn that?
Oh yeah, it's
She's way more
pleasant on the nose.
Yeah, way fruity.
Oh yeah, way fruity. It's super fruity, like an orchard.
I don't know why that's funny. There's no reason that's funny.
I own an apple tree.
Yes. Okay. So I'm in Badgerland. So I'm in the state of Wisconsin. So just like most of anybody from the state of Michigan or their teams, any of that kind of stuff. Ohio State, not a huge fan of all those fuckers either.
Hey, welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room to another round. Collaboration between a bunch of YouTube channels talking whiskey topics, whiskey news. What is up, buddy?
What's going on? Happy friggin' Wednesday. Hump day.
Hump day.
America.
Let's get it on. Boom. There it is. All right, let's pour these, man. Without further ado, here is Aaron Shepard. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome in. What's going on, man? How's Vegas treating you?
I'm totally jealous of your backdrop over there.
This is Dr. Patrick Heiss, co-owner and chief scientific officer at Wilderness Trail. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, glad to be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, you probably know her. This is Jackie Zykin from Old Forester. How you doing, Jackie?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing very well. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Oh no, I'm so excited. When I saw the invite come through, I got really excited because I see you on social media. You know, we live in the bourbon nerd land together, so
that's right.
Really excited. This is great.
How we doing, everybody? Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room for my 2-year celebration show. I hope you guys enjoyed a bit of a look back there. I put that video together as kind of a quick montage. I wanted to take a look back at some of the my first ever episodes and my first reviews and my first live streams and how the show has evolved with guests and everything else. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. It was kind of a quick look back. I don't know why when I was making it, it kind of, it's not a sad moment. It's like a happy moment. But, when you look back, 2 years and what's going on from there and how the show has evolved and the reviews and the B-roll and the camera and the audio and everything that goes into it. I mean, even the set, it's been a long and wonderful journey, and it's actually not that long. I mean, 2 years, it seems, 2 years doesn't seem like that long, but, when you realize how much work was going to go into, creating a channel and keep creating content, it's a lot. But let me just say this. I think that, it's great. I'm at 2 years, literally 2 years today. July 29th is when I put out my first review ever, which was for Jefferson's Wheated Bourbon. So I think it'd be really cool to kind of look back at that and kind of go through the different reviews and how everything has evolved. But like I said, I look at 2 years as not just a milestone for my channel, but I also look at all the other channels, because every time a channel reaches a year milestone, or even 6 months or 7 months or whatever it may be, the first 1,000 subscribers, every time one of our channels hits a milestone, it's a collective, celebration for us all, because I think, in essence, it's really a tribute to you guys, the viewers, because you guys are the ones that watch and you keep us going. And, the more you guys watch, the more we want to create great content, and it shows the power of the community. So cheers to you guys. I really appreciate you tuning in tonight. And I hope you like that little bit of a look back. So cheers. Holy crap, that's good. We're going to get into this blind flight quickly here, because I do want to go through this. But first, of course, I want to, check the comments. They're flying in here. I missed some super chats. A lot of you guys were in here early, which was amazing. It already went through some of the first people, but, as always, Trevor Wilson, the Wrench, was there. John Peets, Jeffrey Wack, Bourbon Bites, Steve Bolton, Dickie Dad, Sunny Evening Scotch, Spencer Mav, Lenny Lancaster, Kilco, Cool Running, Joe Pastrana, Mike Meyer, OG Brick, Truth Seeker, Christopher David, DBT Dad, Rebecca Page, D8 Silv, and just One Lost Cause. A bunch of you all coming in. Rebecca Page, Scoff My Bourbon Journey, Bourbon Sane is here. What's up? Hope you're surviving there, buddy. Thanks for coming in, Chris. Richie Z, Moose 76, In the Lawn with Zach. My buddy and I are doing a Buffalo Trace flight tonight for the stream. Blanton's, Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace, and E.H. Taylor. Keep us posted how that goes, man. Dramhound. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had a little bit of echo on the thing. I had to mute my mic. Let's see. Yeah, you got all sentimental over that. Let's see. So we had a couple super chats there. Let's see. Joseph Brazo, thank you so much, man. Says next year you'll get to 3.00. Andrew Buchanan, let's get this party started. Golf Whiskey, congrats on 2 years. Thank you so much, man. Dusty Dan's in the house. Happy anniversary, buddy. Thanks for coming in, Dan. Steve Bolton says 2 for 2. Congratulations. Really nice of you, man. Nick Foles, did you win one of those Weller foolproof Ohio State picks? No, I never win the Ohio State picks, man. Every single one I've entered. Although there's a Jason C that's in the list that wins every freaking year. Every year, everything he wins. Some Jason C wins, and it's never this Jason C. I'm calling shenanigans. I'm calling it's fixed. There's no way there's another Jason C that wins every year. I'm just saying. I'm a little bitter about it. Let's see. We got David Hatton. Thanks for 2 years of great content. Thanks, man. I wouldn't call it a full 2 years of great content. I think it took me a few months to get there, but I appreciate the sentiment, man. David Hatton, yes. Congrats, bro. Noah W. Thanks, man. John Krantz, congrats on 2 years, brother. We'll hang out sometime. Absolutely. So I know a lot of you guys were asking about, wanting to see me play some drums. So I was able to fix the audio a little bit in my drum room to, play some drum clips for you for Super Chats tonight. So without further ado, for the first bunch of Super Chats, here is my first drum clip.
Super Chat!
And that's clip number one. I have a bunch of those tonight that I'll be playing throughout the night. So as more Super Chats come in, I'll fit those in, here and there. So really want to thank you guys for doing that. So tonight we're going to have a lot of guests. So starting at around 9:15, 9:30, we're going to be having other YouTubers come in that I'm going to, be talking to just to come in, say hi. And just join the night, because that's what it's about. It's about all of us, not just me. And then at 10 o'clock, we're going to have a select set of YouTubers that were able to do it. They're going to come in and we're going to do a universal blind flight out of all of us. And the 4 choices tonight will be Old Forester 1920 versus Four Roses Small Batch Select versus Knob Creek 9-year single barrel versus Russell's Reserve single barrel. All of them these are not picks. These are just what you could find on the shelf versions of those bottles. So all the channels will come together and we're going to put all 4 of those in a flight and see universally out of those 4, because those 4 are probably, my top 4 go-to bourbons all the time. So I kind of challenge everyone. Let's pour all 4 of them. Let's see which one is truly the favorite amongst the YouTubers. So we're going to be doing that later. So definitely hang on for that. Let me come in here. Oh, boom, nice. Oh, Redbird 101's in the house. How you doing, man? Chris Brown, H. Hemphill, first time in the Master Drum Live. Congrats. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks so much, man. H. Hemphill, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I was just in New York last week, so if some words come out, yeah, that's what it is. Now that was a Super Chat. Nice. I'm going to watch those on repeat. Rock on. Blood, ears. Yeah, sorry, man. Drums and Dicko for the world. Mark Royland, congrats, Jason, on 20K. Love the drums. Keep it up, buddy. Cap and Make It Happen made it. Thank you. You better watch out with those clips around Trev Wilson. You're going to got him hot and bothered. Yeah, I know. Sipper Social Club. Oh, my God. Joined on that solo. Oh, he's already rocking out. Cool, man. Let me play one more for you guys. Where did my mouse go? Come on, work. All right, gonna have to use my hand. Here we go, guys. Here is another clip coming up right now. All right, hope you enjoyed that clip. That's the next one. I have a couple of them, guys, so hope you enjoy those. I know a lot of you guys were calling to see me play a little bit, so I was able to set it up. Let's see. Hey, Bourbon Bites came in store for the blind flight tonight. Happy 2 years. Awesome. Hey, DH Self, thanks for coming in. Alan Lemmerman, first timer in the house. Great videos. Thank you so much, Alan. Really appreciate you stopping in. Smash the shit out of those drums. Yes, finally getting to see the drumming part of the channel, which should come up more. So I want to call out a few things. So first off, already Blendageddon is coming in fast and furious. The blends have already started packing my mailbox, so thank you guys for that. I want to thank Alejandro L for sending me not only his blend but a couple of great samples. John Gresham as well. I want to say cheers to Bobby from I Whiskey She Wines. If everyone doesn't know, Bobby had shoulder surgery today, so I hope he's feeling better. Please, raise your glass and wish him a fast recovery from that. He can't drink for a little bit, so hope he feels better. And also 2 weeks ago, before I left for New York last week, we had a kind of a fundraiser for Wheels. Brandon, who was in the chat, we told you he was in a wheelchair. He came across some bad luck with his car. He needed to get a new car and some new components to help fix it up, and allow him to drive the car. And after the totals came in, you guys killed it again. We raised about $550 for Brandon. So cheers to you guys for that. That's all. Once I get paid out next month from YouTube, that's all going to go to Brandon. So cheers to you guys, and cheers to Brandon if he's in the chat. Let's see here. Captain Make It Happen. Let's see. Eddie Cavallero. Oh, Bourbon Buddies are in the house. What's up? You guys will be on later for the blind tasting, as well as Bourbon Bites. Let's see here. Smash that like button. Next collab is me and Jason setting up our drum sets and freaking jamming. I like that idea, Trev. Happy anniversary from Archie Taylor. I'm sorry, Archie Tyler. Brian Brennicky, congrats on 2 awesome years. Thank you so much, Brian. Also to you too, Tammy. Great drumming. Thanks, Karen. Tim Evans, cheers. Welcome back and congrats. Ryan Ainge, Kilco. All right. So, loving those drum clips. Keep up the great work for another 20 years. I'm going to try, man. Wheels, awesome. Oh, yes. Very good call, Mike Meyer. So, if any of you guys know Ed at Rock Gut Review, he was unfortunately diagnosed with the coronavirus, with COVID. From talking to him through Discord and through some of the other chats we have on Discord, he is feeling better, but definitely send some prayers out to Ed from Rock Gut Review so he can have a fast recovery as well. Hopefully he starts feeling better real soon and gets back to making some of those hilarious videos that I love that he makes. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Malton Montreal's in the house. John Krantz. Hey, we have our first guest that's going to be dropping in tonight. Everybody say hi to the Whiskey Dick.
Hey, Jason. Congratulations.
How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in and saying hi to everyone.
Absolutely. Well, I'm saying hi to you anyway. I'm waving at everybody else, I suppose.
Yes, yes.
Oh, good.
No, you go. Go ahead.
So I was attempting to. I wanted to come on and drink with you the first drink that we actually shared on a live stream together. Unfortunately, I don't have any more of it, and I would be surprised if you do too. I was just drinking a Balcones like pot still, the red one there. But you were drinking some E.H. Taylor. I want to say it was a single barrel of some sort. I don't know. It was
yeah. I mean, I still have a few of those.
A few, yeah. Oh, I just to put that in perspective, I believe I've seen one bottle ever in a store near me. Like it's so rare up here.
Yeah, when I see those things, I kind of just I grab them right away.
Scoop them up. Yeah. So I missed kind of the beginning of the show. How are things going?
Oh yeah, great. I did a little bit of a look back on the kind of the look back to the first 2 years of the channel, and already got some fun super chats coming in. We got some had some drum clips playing, which was fun. So a lot of people want to see me play a little bit of drum, so I was happy to throw that in there as well.
Awesome. Yeah, very cool. You've got quite a selection in front of you today.
Yeah, so I want to thank Jack Johnson, who is a viewer. He sent me, so this was the deal. He sent me an email with pictures of his shelf with some pretty epic whiskey on it. And he said, "Hey, pick 5 bottles you want to, samples of." I was like, "What?" So all I could tell you from what I remember, there was a Parkage Heritage in there, a couple of those. Pappy 23 is in there. A Willet, I think a 15 or 16 year bourbon is in there. So some really epic juice. So that's what's in this blind flight right now. So I figured when he sent them to me, I'm like, you know what? Send them to me blind, and I'll do them in a blind flight for the first hour of the live stream before we do the big tasting at 10. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, are you dying to get into that? Because I could join you for the first drink here, but I don't want to.
No, let's do a quick first drink.
Excellent. Well, I cracked it the other day, but the Joseph Magnus here, I just picked this up the other day. The triple cask finished. Good stuff.
Awesome, man. I want to thank Cletus. I want to thank Travis Smith for a couple super chats. Eric W. Brent Bailey. Thanks so much, guys. We got a lot of hashtag BDC coming in the chat right now. So.
I know. It makes me laugh every time. It's so good.
So Bill, it was really awesome meeting you in Texas when we were there. And then we've been, collaborating a lot of live streams kind of the past year and had some amazing, funny ass just moments. So cheers and thank you to that, man. Appreciate it.
Cheers to you as well.
Cheers.
Would you believe the first collab that you and I did together was that one? It was called Let's Have a Party, and it had all of our heads as the dogs playing poker.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You were on my show.
Yeah.
I think that was one of two of those epic streams that chasing recreating one of those ever since.
Was that the one where you were moving furniture around?
It wasn't the one with the bar. It was the one, actually, I think that was the one that you might have played the drums though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which, if I remember correctly, the mic was not quite set up for that. Just a whole lot of rattling. But.
All right, real quick, I want to welcome in Swami here.
Oh, okay.
Swami.
I was sleeping. I'm sorry. How you doing, Jason?
How you doing, Swami? I wanted Swami to come on too because he was actually he was the first channel that I was a guest on. Way back when. He had me on the first time way back when. So. Thanks for that, Swami. I appreciate you coming on for a little bit.
Thank you for having me on. And you're always a good guest whenever you're on the channel, and been on a couple times on yours. It's always fun. I don't have any booze in me yet, so I'm not funny yet. You're going to have to wait about 20 minutes.
There's a lot of channels that can claim that about you, Swami. You've had a lot of people first time live stream.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, guys, I want to mention that whoever super chats tonight, Trev Wilson is keeping track of them. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to have 2 bottles I'm giving away tonight to 2 lucky winners. One of them is a Russell's Reserve store pick. I like my wild turkey, but this is a store pick from this is a Camp Nelson F. It's absolutely delicious pick. So that will be 1 bottle up for grabs. And the second one will be from my liquor store in New York, where I just was. They do actually amazing Woodford Reserve picks. So the other bottle that I'm giving away tonight will be a Woodford Reserve store pick from New Union Wine and Liquor on Long Island. It's my store that, they hooked me up. So anybody that super chats is in the running to win one of those 2 bottles tonight.
Excellent. Nice.
We have another guest waiting in the wings, and I think she heard me talking about her husband. It's Sam.
Hey.
Hello. I actually didn't have any fucking glasses. I had a half-assed Boone County plastic shit dumb. So I had to go get an actual glass. But hi, happy anniversary to your celebration.
Thank you.
I love you. You're more stunning than ever. My favorite Italian stallion. Swami, you're ugly as fuck. And hi, Bill. Love you too.
I'll settle for neutral there. That's all right.
Yes. I love you too, Amy.
Everybody's like, oh, shit.
You broke Swami.
So the big question is, Sam, how's Bobby feeling?
He is feeling good. He's actually, one of our neighbors is visiting with him right now upstairs. I doubt he'll come down and visit. We'll see. I don't know. But he's got one of those nerve blockers, so he can't feel anything in his fucking arm. So he is like on cloud 9. He is happy to be alive. Now, in 2 or 3 days, he's going to be like, fuck my life. But for now, we're just going to ride this, like, I'm kind of high train because, I can't do that in my real life, and we'll live that through. So, but I'm going to drink. I can't get slosh though. So sorry.
That's awesome. I'm glad you joined in and coming in tonight for the first hour. I appreciate it. I really
I'm late. I would have been here earlier, but I had to shower.
No, it's okay. You look stunning. You look gorgeous. Gorgeous. Hey, look who's here.
Hey, oh my gosh.
Hey.
Who's that guy?
It's
Ryan Phillippe.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
How are you?
How are you, buddy? How you feeling?
I'm about 5 barrel proof deep, so I'm feeling
Yes.
good.
Oh my god.
The thing in your backyard's looking good, Chris.
Thank you. Yeah, it's like a playhouse / shed /
yeah.
So Chris, let me ask you, how'd your barrel proof? I heard Stag won, but what was the wild card that your wife threw in there?
So she put Bell Mead cast strength, but mostly peerless bourbon. That's what she wrote.
Wait, what?
Bell Mead cast strength.
Okay.
But mostly peerless bourbon. So she put a splash of Bell Mead cast strength, and the rest was peerless bourbon.
So she blended Gettinja?
Apparently, I said pick one whiskey and put 1 barrel proof and put it in there. That's what she did. But it's all right.
Yes. Kilko says we all know Sam's real love is Roy. You can't beat the Scottish accent.
That's a good point.
I would fuck the shit out of Roy if I had the chance. But he's married to a doctor, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but when I talk Italian to Sam, because she goes a little bit, she leans a little towards my way.
It puts my panties in a bunch. However, aren't you taken, Jason? I can't fucking do that anymore. You are and you're 2 hours away. So that makes it even more like you're taken, you're 2 hours away. It's way too easy. I gotta be silenced. Fine. I'm a dog in heat. What can I say?
We got Taste and Sensibility. Congrats, Jason. Thank you so much, man. Cheers from Cleveland. Congrats on 2 years. From Corey Blankenship and Chris Jasinski. Thanks for always answering my bourbon questions on Instagram. Cheers to 2 years. I love it when I get questions on Instagram.
Yeah.
I love answering those. People come in with some really interesting questions and buying options. You guys get any of that? When you're just kind of like throughout the week, you guys get questions from viewers or through Instagram or through email?
I don't have viewers.
Most of the time, people are just like, I'll just go ask Jason instead. So no one really talks to me. That's okay.
That's a good thing and a bad thing, probably.
Yeah, right.
So before you guys, so now everyone's here. Bill and I were talking about the epic stream we had when he was, we had the one when we're all playing cards, and he put heads on dogs. All of us playing.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the live stream where he was moving furniture around.
Oh man.
Actually, Sam, in the beginning of the show, I did kind of a montage of some clips of some old, kind of like my first video.
Yeah.
And then the other ones, I also had clips in there when you guys were here. When you were here with the Bourbon Junkies, and it was pretty fun. Yeah.
It was one of my favorite. And I was sober that night, and that was one of the funnest nights ever.
Yeah.
We had so much fun. We were shit faced.
Yeah. Good times. I think we all need to just kick a couple drams back though. Liven this up. By the way, Swami, I'm loving that you started a podcast and now you have like the podcaster chair. Like,
yeah,
just like you look like you have a podcast,
dude. I'm really happy with it. Last night's show was fucking amazing. For those of you who tuned in, thank you again. We had a LA Punk Legends Rhino 39 on the show last night, and they did a live fucking concert on the channel.
Wow,
it was badass. And those dudes played with The Clash. They played with fucking Black Flag. They played with like all the greats, and it was really an honor to have them on. And Jason, who's been a friend of mine for about 7 years, who was the lead singer of the band, just wanted to help out with the opening of the podcast. We're gonna have Savage Henry on in a couple of weeks. We got Bobby Blaze, an ex WWE star, coming on soon. It's gonna be a good time. So I'm really happy with the podcast.
Nice.
So Swami, just for everyone's information, what's the name of the podcast?
The Uncomfortable Moment of Silence. So it's called the Uncomfortable Moment of Silence podcast because every time I'm in a room, everyone gets uncomfortable. So it's always fun.
And silent.
And silent. So it was a project that Dave, the producer, some of you guys know from Juliet Bourbon bourbon soaked. Her husband and myself, we share the same kind of sense of humor where we're really twisted and we like to annoy people. So we want to start this up, and we're happy we did it. And for those of you who want to go in there, it's called The Uncomfortable Moment of Silence. Come check it out.
Awesome.
There's no whiskey. So, well, there's whiskey, but we're just getting drunk off it. We're not reviewing it.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's good to
All
do
right,
something
guys.
different.
So just to keep you guys updated, I am tasting through this amazing flight that was sent to me. So far, I will say A has a really beautiful balance. These are some high aged. This is some high aged shit. There's a lot of oak coming through here. A lot of oak tannins like chocolate. A lot of maple, like really, really harsh vanilla. B probably has one of the most amazing noses you'll smell, but on the palate, it tastes like licking wood, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, it's funky. It's like wet and mossy wood and oak.
So, Jason, I know obviously you're drinking some whiskeys now. Maybe hard to recollect. I hope you didn't go over this in that first 15 minutes. Are there any standout whiskeys that you've reviewed over the last couple of years? Something that just immediately comes to mind that you try to get another bottle of if you could?
Standout with a standout whiskey is always like one that's like unattainable. Probably, and I have to thank Jeremy Sipper Social Club, who's in the chat early on. He sent me a sample of Booker's Rye. That I had early on in I think my first year I was doing Whiskey Tube, and that thing blew my mind. I had never had anything that good. So yeah, Booker's Rye was memorable. The first time you had Pappy is always kind of memorable, and then also it's unmemorable too because just like I'll never get this damn bottle, but that's always memorable. I think more along the lines, when you have, some of the samples that are sent from viewers and you get to taste a lot of them and, stuff that you'll never be able to really get. And then I remember going to Matt's house, Whiskey Crusaders, when we were there for the Bastards Ball. And he gave me, you guys know that he has like whiskey hidden in his toilet. He has whiskey. He's got whiskey everywhere. So some of the stuff he gave me was he gave me that Middleton, I think it was the Dare Gaelic, the Irish whiskey, easily one of the top, 2 whiskeys I've ever had at the time. It was amazing.
Wow.
So, yeah, just stuff like that you get to taste. And obviously being at the Bastards Ball, going the vault and getting to try like a Bunnahabhain 30 year and some of these ultra aged Ardbegs and stuff that's been discontinued. A lot of those are the ones that stick out, but really, not to be cheesy, but the best ones are the ones like we kind of share. Like you said, like Bill, like you recollected the first whiskey like we shared as being the Colonel Taylor Single Barrel. And I could, like the first time I had Peerless Bourbon, that connects me with the live stream that Bobby and Sam did. Hey, Bobby's there.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't want to interrupt you, but it was people were like,
yeah, you know why? Because I was looking at the camera, I wasn't looking at the screen. But yeah, when Bobby and Sam were here with the Bourbon Junkies, that was the first time we ever tried the Peerless Bourbon. And so whenever I see that bottle, whenever I see that bottle, I think of that moment. So it's stuff like that kind of reminds you. Bobby, how are you feeling, buddy?
I feel so. They put I've got a nerve block in my neck, so my arm is pretty numb. They operated on my bicep too, so my shoulder's numb. My bicep hurts, but it is what it is. So far so good. I think everything went well. I just wanted to pop in and say congrats, Jason. Actually, I see 4 sexy dudes here. So what's up, everybody?
I like medicated Bobby.
Medicated.
Thank you, Bobby, for not making me cry.
This is narcotics, Bobby.
Good
Bobby,
seeing you. We're living high on life right now since we can't do that normally. So
Bobby, I know what you're going through. 2 weeks ago, I fell off my roof and I twisted my hip and I had to take morphine for a week. Man, it was the drugs were fun. The rest of it wasn't. So I hope you get better soon, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go lay back down. I didn't want to hijack anything. I just really wanted to say hi, and you all have a good night. Okay, I love you guys. Everybody in the chat too.
Oh my God, you're so
Cheers,
good.
everybody.
Go, bye.
Oh my God,
I'm not allowed to say that anymore.
I love
He's
Drugged
not-
Up Bobby. He's the best.
Drugged Up Bobby.
He's just like
Right.
he hasn't even had anything to drink, and he's like, I love everybody.
I love everybody. You guys are just like so
everyone. Everybody is handsome, and I love it.
He's gonna start doing reviews on what's the best codeine mix.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He's going through all the generics. We're gonna see what's the best. And
I wish he could drink. It'd be great to have him do a review with you, Sam, like
Right.
that.
Oh,
yeah,
I would love
honestly.
that. That would be fantastic. I don't know if he would have a job though. Especially live on the internet. Whatever though. You never know.
So for all of you guys, I was explaining in the beginning of the show how I feel like anytime any of our channels celebrate a milestone for a year, 2 years, whatever it may be, I feel like it's kind of a win for all of us because it kind of shows the strength of, Whiskey Tube and, what everyone is building, not only, singularly for your own channels, but also collectively with the whole community. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sorry, Rex, I think put it once. The first time I had heard it anyway, he said, rising tide raises all ships. And the more of us that get traction and bring in audience members, the more of us tend to share those audience members and people are exposed. And it's just good for all of our channels. And we get to hang out. So yeah, there's absolutely nothing. It's sad to see some of the tubers that have like kind of disappeared for whatever reason. Because some of those people seem like they'd be cool to hang out with. But I think it's a good group of people nowadays that are all kind of doing this.
I think it's normal though. It's evolution. Some of the old guard are, it's just the way it is. I think it's great. We all seem to share kind of the same community of people that watch us all, and they're like the greatest viewers of the world. Let's just be honest. They're fucking amazing people that watch us and support us, and they don't have to. They decide to like hand out money to just a bunch of alcoholics that are on the net.
Right? They're just feeding our fucking addiction.
75 people have bought and malted in Montreal t-shirts. I have absolutely no idea why you would. I've heard people tell me they've seen people wearing my t-shirt in fucking Alaska, and I'm like, fucking sweet, man.
I just want to let everyone know that, oh my God, Nancy Fraley's in the chat.
Wow.
Which is amazing. Thank you so
Hey,
much,
girl,
Nancy.
hey.
Yeah.
She's commented on our Joseph Magnus stuff.
Yeah. Actually, Joseph
super
Magnus.
smart, and I'm like, fuck,
Yeah,
she's way
Joseph
smarter than all
Magnus.
of her.
Joseph Magnus is one of those bottles I was trying to find in New York. I think I got 2 secured. Batch 25, I believe I'm getting. And actually trying to find another one, batch 28, for actually Dustin, who is trying to get one. But I cannot wait to review them. And everything Nancy Fraley does is amazing. Super great to have her in the chat. Thank you so much, Nancy, for tuning in.
Cheers.
I'm enjoying it right now.
Cheers to the badass woman.
Tim Evans says, I invest in you. I don't hang out money. Well, your investment return is going to suck, bro. I'm sorry.
It's the whiskey, like, I think sometimes people think like, oh, it's got to be fucking easy. All you do is you get out there and you drink on camera and you put it out, and then people just flock to it. And that's not the way it works. Like, it is a lot of work. And like, sometimes we go through weeks where we just don't want to fucking do it. And it's so like, it's such a leaps and valleys. And then when you get back to it, you're so happy you're doing it. At least it is for us, and you're reminded why you keep doing it. And so
I agree 100% with you there. I think everyone here and everybody that's in the chat that has a channel out there, no matter what it is, opening boxes, whiskey, kittens, I don't care. You're putting yourself out there, and it makes you kind of vulnerable to other people, and you have to learn after. It takes time though, but you end up getting a thicker skin. But at the beginning, it can be rough at times, man. Some of the comments I think all of us have had and interactions can be downright nasty. Like, sometimes it's fun though. People
All you gotta do is work a retail job, and then that'll beat it right out of you.
Well, I work a service industry job, but
you know.
Yeah, and I think as the channel evolves, because when I was showing my first review, first of all, my first review I ever did, I don't know why, but I was like hunched over, like I had like a hump or something on my back, and I don't know why. Maybe I was like trying to get close for the camera. I don't remember why that it was. And then as things evolve, your audio, your lighting, my B-roll that I film now is like a whole nother
level.
It's way more work.
It's like after I film the review, it's like, oh, okay, I got that done.
Yep.
I'm like, oh man, now I got to film all the B-roll, and for that,
well, no, your thumbnails are fantastic. Those have to take some time too.
You guys try too hard, man.
Yeah, I switch around the entire layout of the whiskey room just to film B-roll.
Right.
So lighting changes, and I move this barrel, and the table swings in front of my shelving, and everything gets turned around. And as much as a pain in the butt it is, like I would say it adds like a certain quality to videos too. So
you got beautiful quality. All of you guys have beautiful quality. My quality's shit. I don't really care, but like you guys have beautiful quality, especially Chris lately, and Jason, you guys are nuts. Bill, you've always had good quality since the day you started the channel. Bill's very anal when it comes
but even Bill's B-roll has taken another notch up. So there's always room for improvement to make better content for everyone.
Kind of the point that you were making earlier, Jason, is that actually seeing other people. So for example, like it's Bourbon Night, they kind of started doing the B-roll, and I was like, I should really do that. Damn it. Like the more stuff to do. And then I see other people doing it. I was like, I have to get better at this.
I just splice in a bunch of SpongeBob SquarePants in between.
We all have our target audience there, Swami.
We do.
Yeah.
Like, kids like to drink too, guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we got Whiskey Brazil's in the house. Says I love the history part of your videos. Thank you so much, man. I always feel like that might bore some people, but it's something I like to talk about. Richie Z, thank you for the super chat. With that, I'll play another drum clip for you guys. Here we go. Let's try this one. Woo!
Yeah.
One beyond
a smartwatch and
so
calories you burn during one of those sessions.
What's that?
Have you ever seen how many calories you burn during one of those sessions?
Honestly, a lot actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when I play, I kind of work my way up. I start off slow, I get warmed up, and then the more I play, the faster I go. So
damn.
What's everybody drinking, by the way?
I am tasting through this amazing blind flight with some epic stuff in it. I don't know what everyone else is drinking.
Yeah. What you got going on there, Chris?
I got Jack Daniel's barrel proof.
Nice.
No.
And the rest, Sam, what are you drinking?
I have the Boone County Weeded, which I just happened to grab because when Jason comes down to visit us very soon, which we have to figure out when, he gets a bottle of this because we got him one.
And Bill, what are you drinking again?
I got the Joseph Magnus triple finish or triple distill. No, not distilled. Jeez, triple cask finished is the word I was looking for.
I'm drinking sample sent to me by Stephen Connor. This is signatory 30th anniversary Ben Nivis, 27-year-old, 1990, 59%. So.
Wow,
nice.
Fancy.
Yep.
We got ADHD whiskey in the chat. Thank you so much for hopping in. He was going to try to come on tonight, but he's got his family and stuff going on. So, but I appreciate you trying, man. That was another very memorable moment that was, pretty recently with the whole evolution of Beagle Rare and that brainchild from Matt, and then how that evolved and ended up being just such an amazing blend at the end, put together from Dixon Deadman and then raising that for, selling that for charity. I mean, it was awesome. So
that was a super cool.
Yeah, I actually have a little bit of ours left because Larry wants it. So we are saving ours.
Oh, how is Larry doing?
Larry's good. Larry got shut down again.
Oh,
Thanks
great.
to Kentucky. So, just for 2 weeks, but he's hoping that he can. So he has a food license, but he doesn't serve food at his bar. But he thinks he can become a restaurant and sell potato chips and pub mix for 25 cents and stay open. So we're gonna see how that goes.
Joseph Brazo says, I do all my drumming on my dashboard while sitting at stoplights. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And unfortunately, I do it while I'm drumming, which is not the safest thing to do sometimes.
I love the way this smells. Yeah, you guys have all had the Joseph Magnus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I cannot wait to get. So I finished a bottle of cigar blend a while back, and it was just an epic. And it was kind of first when I was getting into cigars too, so I kept having it with cigars. And every time I went back, either the cigar changed or the whiskey changed, based on the type of cigar I was smoking, and it was just amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands on the next one, and see how that goes with cigars. But I will be doing a review of that one pretty soon. So Nancy Fraley, keep an eye out. I will be. And Nancy, if you're still watching, anytime you want to come on the channel, I would love to talk to you about, the famous nose and, how you work with other distilleries and that whole process. So craft distilleries. I'll definitely be reaching out to you, Nancy. So thanks so much for everything you do.
Now, whose nose is more famous, Jason? Yours or hers?
Oh, definitely hers. Definitely hers. I might have a good nose, but she has the legendary nose.
The legendary, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had so there was a John Henry, I believe. There was a John Henry, which is a whiskey producer in Wisconsin, and I think Nancy, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Nancy did some work with them. And I remember Scott from my bourbon journey when we were in Kentucky together. He had brought this bottle that I think Nancy Fraley said to put aside and do it as a special release because it was like something otherworldly, the way it was aging. And we had this stuff, and it was just one of the best craft whiskeys I've ever had. It was really amazing. Whiskey Blender, Fraley says, the upcoming batches of cigar blend will be over 126. She says, you're on. Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
Sweet.
That's awesome. Yeah. We'll actually, when you come on, Nancy, we'll talk through. If I could get a couple more batches, maybe we'll talk through them and see how the differences are. That's awesome. Yeah, so my bourbon journey, he's in the chat. He says that is correct. So yeah, just like kind of, having that expertise. There's so many amazing women in the whiskey industry now, so it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so E in this blind flight, whatever it is, E is, I think, might be my favorite. It almost smells finished. I'm not sure if it is, but there is an intense berry, citrus, grape sweetness to it. That's insane. And then it all matches the palate. Some of these others are really good. C, I wrote down, is almost like if you took Cracker Jacks and you toasted them in a frying pan. That's what I'm getting on the palate on C. It's like super intense Cracker Jack. It's very corn forward, but also very sweet. D was also really good though too, but D was just kind of like a really beautifully well balanced bourbon, but not sticking out like the other ones are. Let's see who else we got here. Sam's face.
Because Bobby moved the computer and it's too far away and I can't see shit right now. So I'm trying to read the chat, but it's not working. So I apologize if people were trying to talk to me before and I wasn't.
So Sam, is it a PC or a Mac?
PC. It's
hit control plus a couple of times.
It's not an iPad. It's fucking Microsoft thing.
Hit control plus a couple times.
What?
Control plus sign.
I also think one of the best moments was a really amazing moment, and Chris wasn't even in the room when we had when Bourbon Junkies and I Whiskey She Wines was here. We did the live stream, and Chris was supposed to be here. He was trying to get here. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, but he was in the chat completely hammered and just cracking all of us up. with comments. He
That's what
couldn't
typed
type.
with his
Yeah,
toes.
yeah. He was like typing with his toes. Literally, he couldn't type anything.
It was awesome.
That was like probably my favorite live stream ever, honestly.
Oh my god! And you weren't even here.
No, I know.
You went
felt
live
like I
before
was.
us, and you got shit canned, and then carried on.
Yeah, so Nancy Fraley said, I'm definitely on for that. We could talk about Joseph Magnus, Iron Root, Jay Henry, Wyoming Whiskey, Still Austin, Virginia Company, etc. I actually have about 80% of those bottles, so that would be amazing.
Why am I not surprised?
So
I
I
gotta
got
say that Virginia
Someone is asking about this. Everybody always does. I am a type 1 diabetic, and it is my insulin pump. It is not a nicotine patch. I don't smoke. I don't have a pancreas.
That Virginia distillery
tell
company
them,
that whiskey blender Fraley was talking about. I love that brand. Like their single malt is so good.
Wait, which brand? Virginia?
Virginia Distillery.
Oh man, Virginia Distilling is
Courage and Conviction. Like so good.
Yeah, amazing. I've gotten to try their port finish, which I would actually put it up against. I would put that up against the Glen Morangi Quinta Reuben. It's that good.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
And then they have a what's the other one I think I had? I don't remember the exact white wine they finish it in, but that one was really good too. Very sweet, very balanced.
I like wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, prior to Corona, I was going to head over there actually and go do a distillery tour, and that didn't work. Freaking Corona.
Trev Wilson says, I'd give Sam my pancreas if I could, but that would kill me. It's the thought that counts.
Trev, I'd lick your abs. Thank you.
John Cran says,
way to go.
John Cran said, which Jay Henry have you had? It was the one that Scott from my Bourbon Journey brought, so you got to ask him. I don't remember exactly which one it was. I got a few bottles when I was in New York last week. So I got another bottle of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B520, just because it's amazing.
What's that make 16 and 17 for you, Jason?
What's that?
That makes 16 and 17 for you? 16 bottles?
For Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs?
Yeah.
You've
got to have almost 20 of those.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yeah! Nailed it!
Wait, 18. I got one upstairs.
Oh,
yes.
I got this beauty, Bellmead 12-year from New York. See the New York tag on it? The 12-year cast strength pick. Grab another one of these. I also got 2 of the bottles that were given away tonight, so that'll be cool. Got a Maker's Mark cast strength 46, which is now going to be a regular release. So I'll be reviewing that soon.
Cast strength 46, cool.
Yeah, that came out like 2 months ago, eh?
Yeah, they were selling it in a like a gift pack at the distillery and a couple of other places, but now I think because people love it so much, it's now going to be a regular release.
Yeah.
So,
actually, I got that as a Christmas gift for a couple of my employees this year.
That
like bourbon. I was like, you ever tried that? Because they're, they'll drink whatever. So I'm like, try something good.
I liked the 46, just the basic 46 that came out, but I hated the Maker's Mark cast strength that came out like a few years back. I wasn't a fan of that one. So.
Just the regular cast strength.
Yeah. I wasn't.
Yeah. That one, I think depending on the batch you get, some of them are okay. Some of them are a lot better than others. Maker's 46 is easily my favorite in the core lineup.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. I haven't even tasted that yet, so I'm excited to try that 46 cast strength. This just came into Ohio today, 1776 James E. Pepper Bourbon. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about that one.
Yeah.
And I do have to give a shout out to one of my local distilleries here in Ohio. This is High Bank Distilling. They create this brand called Whiskey War. And basically this is a high rye mash bill bourbon. And this is their first attempt at doing a double oaked process to it.
It's dark.
It's very dark. And when you do a double oak process to a high rye bourbon, you get a lot of chocolate, and that's definitely coming through in that so far. So yeah, a lot of good stuff coming out of there.
Whiskey War sounds like a series on one of our channels, but it's always some combination of fight and battle or war.
Well, I mean, yeah, the Bourbon Junkies, they do their blind tastings they call it Whiskey War. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You'd think I would watch them more. I like those guys. I just don't want their streams are too freaking long for me. So
oh man. So all these so I have the results right here of what is in this blind flight. So we'll find out soon enough. Like I said, all this is some really epic juice. I probably need some more time to dissect them, but I'm just going on nose and taste quick here. And then we're going to set up for our blind flight. So once you guys sign off, we're going to have a bunch of other people come in, and we're going to put Old Forester 1920 against Four Roses Small Batch Select, against Knob Creek 9-year single barrel, against Russell's Reserve single barrel. And out of those four, we're going to see collectively from a bunch of YouTubers which one is our favorite.
You guys will have fun.
Those are all like the exact same price, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all around the
Very
same
close.
price. I feel like they're all pretty available, and I feel like all of these, we all kind of mention these as kind of some of our on-the-shelf favorites in one way or another.
Yeah.
I'll have one more. I have to go take care of whatever. I looked at my watch because I got 2 messages to it. I would stay, but
No, I appreciate it. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys stopping in. I'll probably have to, have you guys, jump off soon because I'm going to finish off this flight and then start getting everyone in for the blind flight at the top of the hour. So,
yep.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, I will watch it from upstairs, and I'll join the chat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I really appreciate you coming on. All of you, really appreciate you giving the time and jumping on, especially you, Chris. I know you just had a live stream, and you're feeling pretty good right now. So.
Yes, sir.
That's the best time to jump on.
That is the best time to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
All bets are
My
off.
best work is when I don't remember it.
Exactly.
Whiskey Brazil, you plan to do interviews with master distillers. Yeah, that was kind of that was a lot of plan that I had, this year, for my Off the Still series. But, with the COVID thing that kind of halted. Luckily, I've been able to put a couple of really cool people in the industry, including Jackie Zykin and Dr. Patrick Heist on the channel, Alex Chepanik from Smoke Wagon, Alec Conahan from Slade, from Slain Irish Whiskey. So I definitely have some more coming up. We're going to.
You're such a name dropper.
I know he does.
I know this guy in the industry.
Well, I don't know them, but they've been on the channel, which is cool.
I don't know them. I've just talked to them for over an hour.
Yeah.
Yes, I do like having them on. Thank you.
So fancy.
Yeah, but but master distillers I think are a little bit tougher to talk to. They're
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so I would love at some point to get talk to maybe Eddie or Jimmy Russell, but yeah,
I can't even get my wife on my channel.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah,
it'll happen, Jason. It will happen.
She has no interest in
My wife
you
said
or
when I hit
whiskey, though,
2,000 subs, she'll come on the channel.
Actually, we really want to.
Well,
talk
then it's a
Jimmy.
waste of time.
There's Jimmy.
Yeah, I really want to talk to the master distiller over at Cascade Hollow and what they're doing with George Dickel whiskey.
After trying that 11, you want to talk to them though?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm really interested to see if that's kind of was it something they were specifically shooting for that release, or is this kind of going to be a flavor profile across their lineup, from as it moves forward? Obviously, they have so much stuff aging. They probably have a lot of different flavor profiles aging around the warehouses, but I think what they blended together for that 11-year bottle and bond was pretty. I just think it's going to open it up to a lot more drinkers because it's not as mineral or vitamin heavy, for lack of a better term.
Well, now I'm gonna have to find that bottle, Jason. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So we'll see what goes on. All right, guys. So I'm going to finish up the wine tasting, but I want to thank all you guys for coming on, and I appreciate all of you for just being part of the whiskey community, helping out the channel, and collaborating. And I look forward for another 15 years of doing this, maybe. We'll see.
All right.
Thank you, buddy.
Us.
All right. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Have a good
Have a good
night.
night. You too. All right, guys. So before we invite the other YouTubers on to do the this blind flight, I want to go through and finish off this one real quick. Remember, any super chat tonight, you guys will be entered to win either this Woodford Reserve pick from my store in New York, which is actually a really good pick. Some of the Woodford Reserve picks, Woodford Reserve is always known for being a very balanced bourbon. But I think some of the store picks is where some of those, the really detailed aspects of what they do really come forward, whether it be a deeper, richer caramel or deeper, richer vanilla, a little bit more spice on the back end you get. And I like that about the picks. Also, I'm giving away a Russell's Reserve single barrel Camp Nelson F pick that is absolutely delicious. I have a couple of these, so I'm giving away one tonight. All right, here we go. A is sweet candy deliciousness. That's a brown sugar bomb. Brown sugar, pepper, a lot of oak, but really delicious on the palate. That one is a hitter easily. Now, B was the one that I said was amazing nose, but on the palate, yeah, it's like wet oak, bitter funkiness. Not a huge fan of B. C was like the rich caramel corn bomb here. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. Super sweet on the palate. Very balanced. Good oak, good pepper on there too. So far, A and C are my favorites. Let's go to D real quick. God, D is like creme brulee. It's just the deepest, richest caramel, butterscotch, raspberry. Is ADHD whiskey in the house? Blueberries. D is amazing. Yeah, A, C, and D. So far, C is kind of in the back burner. That's easy. Let's go to E now. So E is the one that just smells super fruity. It almost smells like it's finished. It's got a super fruit characteristic to it, like juicy fruit gum, strawberries, cherries, a ton of vanilla, oak. Really solid bourbon. I don't know if I like that over the other ones, though, but it is damn good. Jason Coates comes in. Thanks so much for coming in. He says, happy 2 years, Doppelganger. Absolutely. All right, so I see a bunch of you guys in the background. I'm about to let you in a second backstage. I'm just going to finish these up. We're going to rank them and then find out what they are, and then it's time to start the next blind tasting. So C is definitely – I'm sorry, B is last place. B is just too funky. I'll put B last. I'm going to put, I think, E, as good as it is, that it's super fruity, and I like that, but there's not enough really balancing it out there, so E will be fourth. Then it comes down to D, C, and A, and I think D has like a chocolate nuttiness quality. Oh, C is so good. But then so is A, man. I don't know. I think I like A the best. I'm going to go A, D, C to finish up the ranking here. All right, guys, let's find out what these hitters are. All right. Well, I just ripped that sucker. All right, here we go. He said, oh, I tasted these last night blind and really liked C and D. All right, C and D. Yeah, those are my top three here. All right, so that's B. Oh, he kind of did them individually here, guys. Let's take these out. Here's the rest. Holy crap, this is crazy. All right. So C is third. You know what? Let me taste A and D again real quick. Yeah, you know what? D is just a little bit darker and richer. I'm putting D first. A is good, but it's sweet. All right, I just did a Hail Mary here. All right. D, A, C, E, and B. All right, let's find out what's in last place tonight, guys. Thank you so much, Jack Johnson, for sending this along. B is... This is Parker's Heritage Bottled in Bond. Parker's Heritage 100 proof. Yeah, I was not a fan of that one. That one was just oaky, funky, and blah. It was okay. That was the Parker's Heritage Bottled in Bond. Very funky and like wet oak on the back end. Let's go to E. I have not had the only Parker's Heritage I've had is the Orange Curacao and the Rye from last year. E, holy shit. E is Pappy 23. Comes in 4th place, 95.6 proof. I mean, E was good, but it almost tasted finished. And I mean, I think that's what Buffalo Trace does with those older age barrels. Super sweet, super delicious, but I wasn't getting enough of the bounce there. I thought this might have been the Pappy with the, funkiness, but E was really good. Very, very, very sweet. Almost tasted finished like grapey. Awesome. Holy crap. Let's go to C now. Now we're getting to the top 3 because I don't remember really what I picked. So 3 was, what does that say? Parker's Heritage 11-year-old single barrel, 122 proof. So Parker's gets 3rd with letter C. That's crazy amazing. Jesus. So we had a Parker's here in last place, a Bottled in Bond. E was Pappy 23, and then C was this Parker's single barrel, 122 proof. All right, let's see what A is. A was in the 2nd place. Oh, there it was. That's the one so what is that? That's the one I said had a little bit of a nuttiness to it, or was that C? I don't remember, but A was Booker's 25th anniversary. Holy shit. 10 years, 3 months old, 130.8 proof. That did not come off as a Booker's to me. Oh, that is phenomenal. That Booker's is phenomenal. 25th anniversary. Holy crap. And last but not least, D, which is 1st place. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head now. Gotta love the D. This was, damn it. Because this, I'll never, you never own one of these. Willet 14-year-old barrel 8303, 120 proof. Comes in 1st place. Holy shit. Was that a celebration freaking flight or what? Wow. A 14-year Willet. I never had a Willet that old before. That's insane. That's really good. I still don't think it's worth, like $6 or $7 grand where people are paying for it, but it's damn amazing. Stephen Connor says, okay, now Booker's 25th is fire. Love that stuff. Yeah, I've never had Booker's 25th. That's amazing. Amazing. All right. Well, that was a freaking awesome flight. I got to keep these and keep what's in each glass here because I kept a little bit left here to try it. I might try this flight again and see if I have different results. But the fact that I have a Willet 14, 2 Parkers, Booker's 25th, and Pappy 23 in here, that's ridiculous. All right, guys. Are you all ready for the collective, the huge blind taste we're going to do with all our YouTubers here? So we're going to welcome in first Scott from Scotch Test Dummies.
Hi, Jason. Congratulations, by the way. 2 years. Well done.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for coming on. You're obviously been a big part of the growth, so I really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Next up, we got Perry. This is my bourbon podcast.
Hey, surprise. What's going on? Hey. It's good to see everybody here. Hey.
Wake up. Stop watching The Bachelor or whatever you're watching.
I am not watching. Jeez, dude. All right. I see how it is. You're really laying it on thick, but you know what? I'm going to allow it because it's your birthday. And happy birthday, Jason. So
thank you, brother. Well, thanks.
Awesome.
Happy birthday to the channel. Yeah, I appreciate it. Next up, coming on, we have Clifton.
Hey, everyone.
Cliffy
Hello. From Bourbon Bite.
Just Clifton currently.
Combining.
You're always Cliffy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to be formal here, guys. Sorry. Next up, we have Will and Sarah from the Whiskey Crusaders. What's up?
We're not formal. Hi.
Two-thirds of the amazing Whiskey Crusaders, and here is your third partner in crime. There he is.
Hey, Jason. Congrats on 2 years.
Thanks, buddy. The man with the whiskey in the bathroom. Love it.
Hey, it's no better place to enjoy whiskey than in the bathroom.
Coming in next, we got the buddies. It's Neil.
Hey,
Neil.
Hey, man. Congratulations, Jason. You're the man. I can't say it enough, dude. Hey, everybody.
Thanks. Appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us. And last and certainly not least, it's my first guest on a live stream that I hosted ever, Scott, my bourbon journey.
What's up, Hollywood Square contestants?
Uh-oh.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
We got the middle square. This is fun. I like this. This is nice.
Yeah, you got the middle square.
It's a story of a man named Brady.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Any other whiskey tubers that are available, if you want to come on and do this blind flight, I have 2 slots available. Chris at Bourbon saying if you're still sober and you want to come on.
Or if you're not.
Please join us as well. So this is what we're going to do, guys. So I kind of laid out a challenge for all the whiskey tubers to come on the channel and to do a blind tasting before to do 4 of the probably the more available and really good bourbons that are on the shelf today. So we have Knob Creek Single Barrel, Four Roses Small Batch Select, Old Forester 1920, and Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. Now, you can argue between any 4 of these which one is your favorite, but I figured as a collective group it'd be fun to do a blind tasting and rank these just to see, as a YouTuber community, like let's see which one actually comes in first for most of us. So is it going to be split across the board? Is it going to lean towards one or the other? I'm just curious. Let's see what the ultimate on the shelfer is tonight.
Can I say, first off, though, it is very generous to call the one podcaster out of this group a YouTuber in the whiskey community. I mean, all of my content solely exists. I mean, aside from a Thursday Night Live, but it really mostly exists within, an hour and a half every Wednesday in podcast apps. So thank you for accepted me, I guess, into this space
first of all, if you do a live stream on YouTube, guess what?
You're a YouTuber.
You're a hybrid.
Yeah.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, if no one has subscribed to This Is My Bourbon Podcast, please go there and subscribe.
Hey, legit though, if you haven't yet, please go do that. I'm not trying to steal the thunder, but please do that.
Oh God, please, somebody help me.
This is a cry for help.
Looks like I'm the only one that wore my own shirt, so hey, no shame in that pair.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So while we're setting up the blind flight here, I'm going to kind of mix these around. I'm going to play another drum clip for you guys to watch while we're setting this up. So enjoy. Let's see. I don't know if I played this one yet. Here we go.
think I peed a little.
Like it.
I'm a little wet.
That's how you break a sweat and also make really funny faces when you're playing instruments.
Drummer face.
Jason, we need to start a Zeppelin tribute band.
Yeah.
Bonham, do we say?
All right, so real quick, Scott from Scott Chess Dummies, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Now, up front, I'm going to tell you I didn't have Knob Creek 9 single barrel. You said Knob Creek single barrel. The only thing I had was a store pick, so I've got a store pick in here, Knob.
That'll work.
Me too.
Same here. Sorry.
Me too.
See, that's the problem. Nobody buys regular Knob Creek 9 single barrel anymore. Everyone just buys store picks.
There's so many good picks. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's cheap too.
Actually, I've been borderline wanting to pick it up just because the 9-year age statement is back on it, just to review it and get it up there and see.
Yeah, that's what this one is.
I mean, it's what, $25 or something, $29 maybe.
Yeah, it's like $30 for this thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, I made sure to grab one that didn't have an age statement, so I wouldn't be misled by the 14 and 50-year ones.
Ooh,
nice
move.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's why I got a younger
Clifton
one.
showing out.
Right? This is a fun flight.
Yes.
I'm so nervous. There's one that I really don't want to win, and I'm scared it might win, so we'll see.
Old Forester?
I'm not an Old Forester fan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so basically what we're going to do is
I hope you pick it.
we can just kind of chat. So since we won't have the same order, obviously, we'll just kind of talk and chat and kind of taste through them, and then kind of towards the end, we'll see which one comes out first for us. But before we start, I want to ask you guys. Let's go around the Brady Bunch squares here. I'm gonna ask Scott first. Scott, if you could pick what you think the number one's gonna come out on top here, what do you think it's gonna be?
I think that Knob Creek store pick will, just because I've had it in another blind and it fared really well. If it doesn't, 1920, I think.
Ooh. All right, I'll put you down for the Knob Creek pick with the 1920 as a sleeper. All right. Is that Marsha Brady? No, it's Perry. Perry, what do you got?
Yeah, we basically look exactly the same. I'm kind of in the same boat. I feel like Knob Creek's going to pull out in front. It's typically the single barrel product that I lean towards the most. But if it doesn't wind up being that, there's a good chance for me that it's going to wind up being the Russells. That being said. Four Roses Small Batch Select was my number one bourbon of 2019.
Yeah, I think people are sleeping on the Four Roses.
Oh yeah,
I don't disagree.
All right, Matty Ice, what do you got?
I think it's gonna be the Old Forester 1920. I think.
All right, Matt's going Old Forester 1920. What do you got, Will and Sarah? Are you both?
Old Forester. Old Forester is where we're going to lean as far as what our palates typically enjoy. So we'll see.
All right, Clifton. I feel like you have a very strict, choice here. What do you got?
So wait, you would think so, but I think I'm going to go with the underdog. I think I'm going to go with the Small Batch Select, and that's because I haven't really been sold on many Four Roses products, but as soon as I tried that one, I fell in love with it. So I think that's going to be the secret winner here.
All right, buddy. Neil, what do you got?
These are all compelling points you guys are making. So I'm you know what I mean? So I really think I'm going to have to jump on the Knob Creek bandwagon because I just have a feeling it's just that with that proof, 9 years, it's like, I don't know. But again, that Four Roses Small Batch Select is just phenomenal. So that much might sneak in and just take it. So,
see, though, I think the only thing with the Four Roses is the ABV. It's going to be the lightest one we have in here. I think it's
true. Absolutely.
A couple of the higher ABVs are really going to punch.
Yeah, you're right. But
I agree.
I would say that Four Roses with that high rye, they have a lot of OBSK in there. I think definitely stands out. It comes across a little bit as a higher proof than it is. So I don't know if that's going to throw people off a little bit when they're tasting it. So it'll be interesting to see what the results are. Scotty, for my bourbon journey, I have a feeling I think I know what you're going to pick, but maybe I don't. What do you got?
I think too. I think the consensus is kind of the Knob Creek. I mean, it's such a like a dominant. You know it when you taste it. I mean, I think a lot of us are going to know what it is we're tasting, no matter what. So, I mean, you know what? And I think the select as well. We'll kind of sneak in there because I like the Four Roses profile. So we'll see.
Wow, no love for Russells? What the?
Hey man, I said that it would eke in as a potential.
It's an underdog. You called it an underdog.
I don't think it's an underdog. I think that if I had to flip a coin between Knob Creek and Russell's, I would say that it would be a close call between the two.
I don't know. Perry's got the yips a little. I
totally do. Yeah, I'm throwing out the pitch for the first pitch for the Yankees on Sunday too. If you don't know.
Yeah. That was a bit of a Dr. Fauci. That was way over there. It was way over there. Yeah. He's looking at us, but that was way the fuck over there.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's the entirety of my 12-year-old year in Little League. So.
Oh my god, amazing! All right, guys, mix up your drams and let's get started here.
Yes.
Oh, mine are already mixed up.
Yeah, of course, Scott. Of course.
I was saying that's what significant others are for. They help out when it comes to blinds. If you don't have
Bogard,
Susan works too.
Eric Bogard super chat says, "Congrats on 2 years. Love the content. Keep it going." Absolutely. Joseph Brazo says, "Okay, I poured this flight, my first blind." Okay, so if anyone in the chat room is also doing this blind at home, please do it. Austin Scott saying Russells will stomp. People are betting 1920. So first 1920 Russells, Four Roses, and then Knob in last.
No.
Wow.
I would have put Knob last.
I don't know about that.
The Knob
This is
comes
a good
with
lineup. It's not a last.
Yeah, Ben Legare says another super chat for the broken bottle funnel. Thanks, Ben. I appreciate that.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys heard about one of my background lights fell on my barrel here and knocked over, and it broke my bottle of Ardbeg committee release. Black.
No.
Easily my favorite committee release since that I've had in a while, since the Dark Cove, and it just broke my. The one thing is that Ardbeg Black, if you let it just sit in the whiskey in your room for about an hour, it makes an amazing air freshener.
No.
Did you lick it off the ground?
I literally was like looking like, can I salvage any of this? I was just staring at the floor.
It's a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
All right.
They're not.
All right, guys. You guys ready to get started? Start tasting. Here we go.
Let's do it.
They're not super dissimilar on the nose.
Woo! Whoa!
Hey, are we battling two against each other? How are we doing the whole thing? Like, are we going like 2 against 2? Like, how are we doing that right now?
Well, since we don't know what our setup is going to be, it's going to be a little bit hard to do that. So basically, I'm gonna leave it on you guys to just kind of taste through, and then just when you feel like you have a good ranking, we'll rank them.
All right.
We're not flying it to the moon, Scott. Just pick your favorite. That's all you got to do.
Rocket science.
Yeah, that's true.
It's Bourbon Nights in the chat. Chad and Sarah, if you're here, or just Chad. And Chad said he might be.
He said he wants a drop in.
Yeah, we need him in here.
Yeah.
Drop him in.
Get in here, drop. Chad. Or Sarah, or both of you, if you have this flight.
Both of you. Hey, both of you, drop in yes.
Both of you.
Yeah.
What you got going on other than drinking some bourbon in here? Drop
Forget
in.
about it, eh?
Hey, forget about it.
Both of you.
Hey, we're drinking here.
I was in New York last week. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it when it happens.
Don't apologize. We're enjoying it.
All right, then we got Chad here.
I am surprised how similar the nose really is on all four of them.
Yeah, we got Chad. He's in the
Chad.
house. Chad.
Hey, now we really are.
What's going on?
There we go.
Hi, Chad.
It's fulfilled.
You completed our Brady Bunch.
Now it's seriously the Brady Bunch.
It legitimately is now.
It's complete.
Yeah, it was off, so I was like, we got to get this full 9 squares.
So do you have an actual blind going, Chad, or are you just hanging out with us?
Oh, he's got it.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, got it.
There we go.
I switched over a spot.
You're closer to me now, Scott.
Disappear and then
No, this way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wait, what am I doing? I'm going the wrong way.
Chad will probably nail all four of these just on the nose.
Yeah, I'm thinking on the nose, all four of them definitely. Wow, I definitely know what number 2 is.
I know what my number 2 is too, and it's not pretty.
Number 3,
the ugly truth.
I will say the nose on all of these are very good. I think they're all like nose wise, they're pretty equal, I would say.
I would too, and there's not really very much that's they're dissimilar from any of them.
Yeah, I just want to say that my spot in the Brady Bunch square, I am Marsha Brady. So thanks.
Yeah, you said I was Marsha earlier.
Actually,
Yeah,
you are, dude. You're Greg right now.
Heck yes.
Where's your beaded curtain, Greg? Living in the attic.
Well, hey man, look, I'm in the garage, so it's basically the same.
I'm in the garage.
Oh, that's all good.
That's all good.
Stephen Bolton said, "Can we get Sharon, not Sad, or Sarah, not Chad?"
Sarah.
Sarah.
Shots fired.
Wow.
So all the noses on all four of these are very distinct, which is really interesting. Just really depends on, I think what you like, obviously, but it'll be interesting trying these next to each other. I think how this turns out.
Russell's is always so butterscotchy to me. It's so easy to kind of pick out a lot of times, especially amongst these.
Wow, Mr. Confidence.
A little bit. Sorry.
You have to call it out then, Scott, when it gets to there. You have to like.
I'm not doing that.
Which one's which?
I'm not doing that.
All I know is I have letters. All I have is A through D, so I don't know what I'm pouring. We're truly blind here.
Yeah.
Same.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Matt has our answers. We don't know. That guy.
This is true.
So while we're all tasting this, I said in the beginning of the stream that I feel like anytime any of our channels hit a milestone, whether it be a year or a subscriber count, I think it's kind of a universal celebration for all of us, because I think, doing Whiskey Tube and collaborating and talking with one another and seeing how this community has grown over the last few years. I think it's kind of a testament to what we do and why we want to keep doing it. So I just kind of want to get your thoughts on how you see or how you've seen the Whiskey Tube community evolve over the last few years and what your thoughts are on that.
Who are you asking? That's the guy who's
who should go first here?
I think it's gotta be Scott.
Let's start with Carol Brady. That's Scott from Scotch Just Dummies.
I knew he was going to go there. I was so into tasting my whiskey. I had no idea.
What was the question again?
I like the idea, Jason, and I agree with you. I think when one of us does better, all of us do better. And I really love the fact that all of us are together,
supportive and not
supportive.
competitive.
Right. If somebody's going live on this at this specific time, we all try to not go live at that time. Let that person have their moment to shine. And the cooperation between the community is what I love the most about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love things like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, I think out of all the communities on YouTube, I can't think of another one that's so, I guess, supportive of each other. I'm sure there is. I've just been around on YouTube for a while, and so many other communities, they get kind of petty, drama is part of it. That's not the case here, and I love that about this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Clifton, you and I and what was the other channel we were talking with last week?
Ed from Rock Gut Review.
Yeah, right. So we were talking about how we all kind of overlapped on Thursday nights with our live streams, and trying to make sure, to y'all's point too, that we're trying to make sure that we don't interfere with anybody. And even backing up further than that, I remember when I first started the podcast, I first started creating content, I was bouncing ideas and thoughts off of Chad and Sarah, and then once I started going, Scott my bourbon journey was getting started up as well. And he was like, do you want me to wear a shirt on my channel? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'll send you one. And, you know, we definitely bounced off of each other in that way. And, you know, then there have been all these other little collaborations as well. And, you know, I think it's easy to get caught up in, well, these are my numbers versus their numbers, but it's so much more exciting and fun for us to all spend the time to help each other out and lift each other up. And, you know, way back when COVID first started and I did my best to organize that day of live streams off the cuff. I mean, that was Matt's shaking his head like I barely remember that.
I don't remember the end of that stream. I got yelled at.
We all remember the end of it, Matt.
Eat more than bacon and eggs before a long day of drinking.
Yeah, that was
is
a
all I'm gonna
terrible
say.
idea.
But but it was not just an idea of, you know, trying to entertain people. It was showing others that we can all kind of come together and support each other and, you know, try to find ways to enjoy each other's space. I think.
Yeah, I think there was a big call to action once, you know, everyone started getting, you know, kind of, you know, shuttered down in their homes from you know, the quarantine, and it was like, okay, what can we do to make better content for everyone just sitting at home? And I think that was a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and listen, we're around. We can thank Scott and Bill and Chad and Sarah for the endless text messages they got for like months about how to do this.
For real.
No problem.
Where to set up lights, how to, geez, I mean, like so many questions. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate all you guys' help, because otherwise we have not gotten there. And thankfully, for you guys' suggestions, the channel's gotten a lot better, thank God. Because the first ones were brutal.
And speaking of the chat, when you happen to be in a chat of another YouTuber, the way they support you when they're doing their thing. Oh, hey, welcome on in, so and so. Don't be sure to check them out. You know, that kind of stuff is just
it's invaluable. It's amazing.
You don't see that every day with, you know, stuff like this where you're pushing somebody else's channel while you're doing your own stream. I think that's really cool.
I swear half the chat is always people just saying hey to each other, just like not just us, but
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That is so cool. I've never seen that anywhere else.
It's our regular cheers. That's what it is.
Well, yeah.
And they know who they are.
Yeah, it's almost like the chat room is its own. The chat room is its own, almost like whiskey tuber bar. Everyone walking in and saying hi to each other. It's really cool.
Yeah, that was the thing when I first started. Like, I didn't even realize hardly that there were other channels. Like, I just like stuffed my face in front of a phone and started recording, and it was like deer in headlights, you know, like immediately. And, you know, and then quickly it became like where you really start to meet people and get to know who they are. And, you know, and for me, like, I mean, hey, none of this pays like any bills or anything. This is just an outlet for me. It always kind of has been. And the best part for me is being able to do, you know, these kinds of things and just really kind of have fun with it, because, you know, just like anything, it's easy to get caught up in all the numbers and subscribers and how much you make and all that. And at the end of the day, that stuff is nice. You know, don't get me wrong with some of it, but really it's kind of all of this that we're doing tonight. So,
yeah. See, my story, you guys have convinced me to completely change my channel. Like, I've been on YouTube since like 2007. Like, I was like part of OG YouTube, but I never considered doing whiskey videos until I discovered, you know, how many amazing channels were out there. I mean,
you were a YouTuber. You weren't a whiskey tuber.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I always tell the story, but like seeing Chad and Sarah, they were the first YouTube video I ever watched. I was in a liquor store. I was like, what is the best cheap, because I was in college, best cheap whiskey. Found their video and I'm like, I love this. I'm like, hey, I already make videos. I'm already on YouTube and I like whiskey, so why not combine them? And it's just turned into this amazing community that I would have never imagined.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, I'm pretty sure he felt that. I'm pretty sure he felt that too.
A lot of feeling.
Hey, check out. This is a cool comment from Karen. I have a new little photography business, so I've spent some time in the photography community. Lots of drama there, not a lot of support for each other. Been interesting to see the difference.
Those badass photographers, I'll tell you.
I'm telling you, those photographers have it out for each other.
I did that for a while. I was a photographer for a while. I did weddings and all sorts of fun stuff. But she's not wrong. The community is not supportive.
They're
It is
cutthroat.
cutthroat.
Because it's different. They're all out to make the money.
Right, and if you don't get the gig, that means that somebody else can get the gig. So
that means you get to be mad at that person that got it. And,
right,
drama. Yeah.
Well, and then when it comes to photography, nobody wants to pay you for your art, and they're
just pictures.
They're
Amen.
they're not just pictures.
No, they're
it's
not.
art. You fucks.
Yes.
That same thing happens with the graphic design community too. So
Same with freelance
We have,
Art.
Kilko in the chat. He says, I was lucky enough to hit 100 subs tonight with a little push from Bourbon Saint earlier tonight. Everyone go subscribe to Kilko. Let's get him to 200 subs.
Do it.
Cheers.
200 tonight, I bet.
Do it. If you're in here and you haven't subscribed, you better subscribe.
Which proves our point.
Nancy Fraley is here. Says, gotta go eat dinner now. So sorry to leave, but I'm really enjoying the show. Cheers all, over and out. Nancy, thank you, Nancy.
Damn girl right here.
Nancy, if you ever want to come on our channel, you're welcome.
Oh, by the way, she contacted us last night. She'll be on soon.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, we kind of talked literally like during the chat earlier in the show, going through pretty much every distillery she's worked with. So I'm excited to do that.
Screw you guys. I'm calling her right now to get her on my channel. Nancy, screw these guys. Look, you see these guys here?
Scott's like 1-800 the nose.
The nose.
Yeah. Hey, wait, that actually works as a phone number. You should do that.
There is.
Oh, that could be very good.
Go subscribe. Click the link.
Trev Wilson just dropped the link in the.
Do it.
Follow the Blue Wrench, people. Follow the Blue Wrench.
Trev Wilson, who's that guy?
Donald Grant says, cheers to Teeling, second biggest fan. Congratulations on 2 years. Thank you so much, Donald. Yes, I am a huge fan of Teeling.
The Irish Yoda.
The Irish Yoda. Yes.
Speaking of Irish, Redbreast.
Oh.
Are you guys okay?
We did the 27 tonight, so
This is Redbreast 27.
Let's see
like a bird or something.
Oh yes, I've because of Karen Ford earlier, I've gotten a couple samples of that, and that is some epic whiskey.
Why do you think it's sitting right here still waiting?
We filmed that one tonight. We're pretty excited about that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which one was that?
Redbreast 27.
Oh,
I've not had the chance. The 21's great, but I've heard the 27 is like next level. So.
It's
epic.
It's
Yeah,
epic.
27's a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've only
So Scott, did you celebrate Bart's birthday?
We got together. Well, actually, let's see. His birthday was yesterday, Tuesday. Monday, we got together and hashed out our taxes because we still need to get those done.
What a great birthday!
Ardbeg 10, Ardbeg Anoa, Ardbeg Ugidal, and Ardbeg Corey Brecken for his birthday.
Oh, wow.
Kind of he's a Bartbeg, the Ardbeg fan, so I just got the whole lineup.
Nice.
Drew Bolin, who's a great Patreon, he said, anyway, we can do this once a month or two with at least 4 people that are here, at least doing blind, so it could be a group giving thoughts. We all know everyone has different palates. Yeah, and that's kind of the reason why I wanted to do this tonight. I'm hoping this can maybe jumpstart something that we can do maybe once a month or however we can just pick like a core, 4 whiskeys, whether it be budget, whether it be mid-level, high level. And
I love that idea.
See what comes out on top based on all of our palates.
Yeah.
You can count me in.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
And I guarantee if I'm there, he'll be there.
I mean, I'm there for it until early October when I have a baby. But
how is your wife feeling?
She is doing great. It's crazy. Like there haven't been any big hiccups. Period. And knock on wood or Formica or whatever. But I mean, she is.
Yeah,
like just a little bit over 2 months from being due, and the worst thing that happened was she had nausea in the first trimester, and otherwise it's been smooth sailing. So
then after that, we're gonna see your podcast again. What, in like 2024?
Yeah, sure. No, we're actually. So I haven't talked about this very much, but we're gonna be banking a bunch of episodes, basically starting next week. So between now and early October, that's like 8 to 10 weeks of content. So it'll be recorded and ready to go by the time that happens. But yeah, it'll be a while, I think, before we recover enough to do
Caesar's.
weekly episodes.
Yeah.
Topical episodes at the very least.
Is anyone else having trouble with this flight? It's,
Yes.
Very
much.
Yeah, it's I kind of think I know what's in the glass, but I'm having a hard time picking out my favorite.
Yeah, that's what I'm having trouble with.
Yeah,
I'm having a hard time.
I like the D.
The
I
one
just
that
text Matt what I think is in the glass, so he's the only one that can actually tell me if I'm right or not, or we're right or not.
We
kind
agree.
We kind of came to a consensus on these and wrote down what we think is in our glasses.
Way to do it, Chad. Double those.
What is
Chad, nobody knows this, but Chad has an amazing gift that he can actually separate his nostrils somehow.
I just have to hold my breath.
It's an unlikely talent. Only Chad is
I can also hum whistle.
Tractor beam.
Yeah, tractor beam. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We got 9 people here. How many people can hum whistle?
Not me.
I'm afraid to try.
Oh, got
10 people here.
Okay.
Here, we got
10 people here. Yeah, 10 people. I can't count.
We got Uncle Buck in the chat. Uncle Buck's one of my favorite movies. Says, thanks for everything you do with your content. FYI, I've made some good friends from the chats, and that's what it's about. I'm telling you.
Yep.
We were talking a little bit about that. Dramhound says, happy birthday. Congrats on 2 years of Whiskey Tube. Love what you do and how you pull the community together, brother. Thank you. Appreciate that, Dramhound.
How close are we? How far away are we, Matt?
All of them are wrong.
See, what I'm most sad about is I tried to root for the underdog when I was making my prediction, but I think I can already tell which one is the one that I picked, which I thought the small batch select would be the obvious winner, but whoever predicted the proof would kind of make it stand out. I think they're right, and that makes me sad.
Joseph Brazo says, being my first blind, I'm having a really hard time. Yeah, it could be tough.
Yeah. Especially with these. Even with that one, even with the 4 roses, it's somehow I'm not able to tell what's the lowest proof right now.
So with 4 roses, I don't go by proof. I go by smell. I usually can smell 4 roses. There's something about the high rye mash bill, and I get I smell it on the nose, but I don't get it on the palate, where I get like and not in a bad way, it's that rye like dill pickle note.
Yes.
That comes through 4 roses when there's an OBSK involved in the blend.
See, and we thought that same thing, and our guess for 4 roses was not correct.
Really? So I might be wrong then. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, see, with mine, I get like more of a mint than like a dill on the floor.
Yeah, maybe it comes across as a mintiness. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm not the biggest, normally, like most 4 roses, I'm not the biggest fan. I've had a few great picks, but the small batch select, it does, I like that mintiness on it, and I think I'm getting that on what my D is.
Yeah.
But I'm still, I think I'm secretly rooting for the knob. I mean, that's my brand, right?
I gotta say, I'm really loving my A, and I'm really loving my D.
I like the A. I like our A too, and I like our D too.
That's our favorite too, as well as
A and
our
D.
A and D. We thought was knob and 4 roses.
Yeah,
they still could be knob and 4 roses, but they could just be backwards. But you said that we were wrong on them. But my favorite is D, Matt. I don't know what that is.
Me too. I got the D.
But my favorite is D, followed very closely by A.
I don't know. I get B. My B is making a push like, hey, fucker, you're forgetting me.
Yeah.
So,
I've got I don't know what they are yet, but I've got 2 that stand out. 2 that kind of fell down pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right with you, Scott.
Okay.
Yep.
So Neil, you have 2 that you kind of eliminated. Now you're going between a 1 and a 2 now, right? Right?
Yeah, and they're definitely
Get it right. That's a 1 and a 2.
A 1 and a 2.
1 and a 2.
Did I catch a 9er in there?
Scott,
Great movie.
Scott just wants to watch Tua Tagliavola play for his damn Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
So I'm totally having flashbacks from when Sarah and I first started the show, and we were doing flight fights, and she would say, "Yeah, I'm really loving D," there's something about my A, and I'm like, okay, you gotta say bourbon. Bourbon D. There's something about bourbon A. Like, you can't keep doing this to me.
God, Sam's not here. Sam, we're here.
For numbers.
I'm sorry, Chad. Still, my favorite.
If Sam were here, it would be R-rated.
Chad,
so.
my favorite episode from its Bourbon Night, still to this day. And you guys had a lot of phenomenal episodes. Is the first Halloween one you guys did?
Oh,
yes.
When Sarah, when
gosh.
Sarah was freaking hammered, and she's like, yeah, it reminds me of fall and this and that, and fucking fall leaves, and your face was. I mean, you literally covered your face because you were laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's my favorite episode of all time.
That was the infamous Old Crow Reserve episode. Yeah.
The Old Crow. That's what it was. The Old Crow. That's right.
Yep.
And they've been together ever since.
That's right.
That was the moment that he knew.
Yeah, that's right.
So Perry, where are you at with your flight? What are you thinking?
So I've been kind of going back and forth with this. I was having a really hard time between D and A as well.
Man, D and A is coming through for people.
Yeah, that's how I got
it's
it.
really strange, but not in the way that I'm like, oh, this is gonna pull out front. It's more of like, what do I prefer between the two? I feel like my number one and my number two have been pretty obvious throughout.
Okay.
So I'm gonna reserve my final lineup for a minute, but I would say that everything has been super close. But this is a really, really good flight.
Yeah, this is really good, and it's really tough for me to pick a favorite. But I am between A and D right now too. One of those two. Those are the ones that are in the running right now for my top picks here.
Yeah, A and D, and A and then D.
By the way, you guys, we're not all in the same order.
I'm in
like we're all
and that's what's fascinating, because a lot of people are lining up with the same letters, but we don't have no idea what's in these glasses.
No.
But can we talk about E though? I mean,
The sleeper. That was the William LaRue Weller that nobody got to know on.
Fantastic.
E is my sleeper. I have a little Pappy 23 and E.
Man,
He's my sleeper.
We have Whiskey Food Travel Review. Says, sorry, I'm late to the party. Happy anniversary in 2 years. All of your channels are awesome. Thanks so much, man.
Thanks.
In the long back says, we finished the Buffalo Trace blind flight. Okay. So he started this early in the show. We put E.H. Taylor small batch first, Blanton second, Eagle Rare third, and Buffalo Trace fourth.
I don't disagree with that. That's probably the order I would probably put it in.
good. Maybe the Eagle Rare.
I'd probably switch Eagle Rare and Blanton's, but
Agreed. That's the only thing I would switch.
I would too.
Unless,
maybe.
Remember, guys, Blanton's,
If you get blind, yes.
Blanton's is a single barrel, so like he might have gotten a good Blanton's. You never
True.
know.
Right,
Very
we
true.
Very
good point.
Ridiculously good. So
Yes.
Now, listen, I am not the biggest fan of, I think Blanton's is a very solid bourbon, but I don't think it's worth the craziness that people go for it. But
it's a $60 bourbon.
Every now and again.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah, and I think $40 of that is the bottle, and the rest is the bourbon. Yeah,
I don't disagree with that. It's ridiculously smooth. It's a great introduction to bourbon to people.
Yeah.
If you have a friend that doesn't like bourbon, like you could probably give them Blanton's and make them like bourbon now. So I get the appeal of it, but
that Will. The funny part is there's still so many people who are like, their palates are so developed where they still go crazy over Blanton's for whatever that reason is. I still don't know, because people just go crazy over this stuff.
See, I think to me, I'm more of like I guess what we call them, proof hounds. I don't want to, Sam's not here. We can't use explicit language, but I think that's the only thing that complains for me, not being, she's in the chat. I know she's in the chat, but I think if Blanton, if you guys have tried the straight from the barrel Blantons, that's next level.
The straight from the barrel. It's where if that was Blanton all the time, I'd be paying.
I'd buy all drugs.
I'd be getting that.
Give us about 30 minutes and explicit language will be good to go.
Yes.
It's always part of my vocabulary. So
Yes.
whenever you want to start.
After this, we're just gonna do all barrel proof flights.
Yes.
The Mash and Drum after dark.
Yeah.
Then we start with the explicit language.
Can you send me a text of what I have in front of me?
I already know, and I got my second guess twice right.
Now,
let me get mine for my wife.
I think the after hours like flight will just have to be, instead of choosing like A, B, C, D, it'll just be like a swear word. Like I choose. Yeah.
My order of favorite goes A, D, B, C.
All right, guys.
My
So
order
let's,
of favorite
all
goes
right,
D.
so let's do this. Let's all collectively, if everyone's kind of finished tasting,
yeah,
everybody rank what your favorite is from first to worst. And there's really no worst in this flight. They're all awesome. It's just picking our favorite.
All right. So you want us to go in reverse order? You want us to go our least favorite first?
Yeah, we'll go around the horn, but I have to rank mine real quick. I think A is my favorite.
Can I be Woody Page? We're doing around the horn. Can I be Woody Page?
I have my order here.
There you go.
Hey, Jason, do you want us to do our own kind of reveal to ourselves and figure out what?
What?
Yeah, actually, if you guys could, what I want you to do is look at what your ranking is. Just kind of write them down, and then we'll go around the horn and we'll figure out what you guys picked, and then we'll see what your guess was before we started this blind flight.
Oh,
wow. Chad, we didn't get a chance to ask you because you came in a little late. But Chad, if you had one of these four that you would think would be your favorite, what would it be?
Well, first of all, I thought this was tomorrow, so my bad.
Today is tomorrow.
But in my defense, I thought yesterday was today. So
Every day is Blur's Day.
Yeah. Chad, are you sleeping?
What happens when you have
Do you know what nighttime actually looks like anymore?
It's a fish in a tank. Get a fish tank. Fish tank.
Fish tank.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, everyone gets it now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Working from home is not working for you mentally.
Looking at the lineup, and first of all, I just have to say I didn't have a Knob Creek regular.
You missed the moment where we all revealed that we were on the same boat.
Yeah, there's a few store picks in this.
Yeah, so Knob Creek is a store pick actually from Glenn and Kathy, Golf Whiskey. I think they're still in the chat.
Okay.
And then my Russells was also a pick, so I've got two picks in there. My bad, but just going off, even if that wasn't a thing, I probably would have said Knob Creek would come in first for me. My love for turkey would probably say Russells would come in second. I'm not huge on Old Forester, but I've always been a 1920 fan, so I'd say 1920 would be third. And then Four Roses, historically, as much as I love it when I'm drinking it just by myself, does not do well for me in flight fights. It's like its uniqueness, and we've talked about this before. It's called the Four Roses effect. Does stand up well to your more traditional bourbons, like by itself. You're like, it's great, love it, but in a flight, you can be like, there's something weird about this, and it comes off as weird instead of unique. So I would put the Four Roses, as much as I love the Small Batch Select, in last. So
that's a real thing, because anytime I've ever had Four Roses in a flight, only a couple times it's done well, and it's very dependent on the mash bill or the recipe or whatever you want to call it. So I get that. So all right, everyone rank them. I think I have my rank from least to favorite, and everybody, if everyone's ready, you guys are. So I'll start. Let me start with. I'll start in the middle with the middle children. Let's start with Matt first. Matt, what is your ranking, and who was your first? Give us your full ranking.
All right. So what ended up winning was my Russell's Reserve pick, which is one of my buddies. He does incredible picks, and that one. That's not really a surprise. I forgot that was his pick when I pulled this out, so that's not. Second was Old Forester.
Okay.
Third was the Four Roses, and last was Knob Creek, which is also.
Wow.
Whoa. That's
let me just start here. Let me just say this: Knob Creek was universally picked by everyone here mostly. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of everyone said they thought Knob Creek would win. Matt, you had called out Old Forester 1920, and your Russells ended up winning, and Knob Creek and Old Forester came, and Knob Creek came in last for you.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. To
Matt,
Will
what Knob
and
Creek is
Sarah.
this?
Will and Sarah, what was your ranking?
Matt, first of all, what Knob Creek is this?
It's a single barrel 9-year goody pick.
Okay.
From probably years ago.
Okay.
Fair enough. Okay, so me and Sarah were very close, but
You say yours.
but a little bit off. My rank was Knob Creek first, Old Forester second, Russell's, Old Forester, or Four Roses.
Wait, say that again. So you were Knob Creek first, you said?
Yep, Knob, Old Forester,
Russell's,
Four Roses.
Russell's, okay, Four Roses last for you. Okay, interesting. And Sarah, you were the same ranking?
No, switch the knob in the Old Forester. I had Old Forester first.
Okay.
And then the knob. And then the Russells. And then the Four Roses.
Interesting. Oh, now it's getting fun here. All right. Cliffy, what do you got?
So I will say what I thought was going to be my last place was not my last place. So my last place for me was the Russell's Reserve, which I like Wild Turkey. Just that one just doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
Third place was Old Forester 1920.
Get us together.
1920 I thought was going to be last place, but hey, I'm decently surprised.
Okay.
My second place, which I knew what it was the Four Roses Small Batch Select, which was the one I was rooting for. But like I said, the proof, I think, kind of set it a little bit behind my first place, which was the Knob Creek, of course.
Knob Creek.
The
All right.
Knob.
First place. Okay, well, so Matt, he called Old Forester 1920, and Will and Sarah also called Old Forester 1920. Clifton called Four Roses for first, but it came in, what you say?
You can't root for the underdog. That's a bad idea.
All right.
That's good.
Let's go to the bottom tier here. Let's go to the young kids. Let's go to Neil the Deal. What was your ranking, buddy?
So I just look now. This is shocking. So my last place was Knob Creek. And that
last place was Knob.
Yeah, but that was the 9-year just regular store,
Okay.
Wow. So it wasn't a store pick.
Wow. Interesting. Okay.
Third place was Four Roses.
Nice. Okay.
Second place. Oh wow. Second place was Russell's.
Oh.
So Old Forester took it.
You had Old Forester 1920 as first place.
That's Sly Dog.
So right now, between all of us, Knob Creek and Old Forester 1920 are in the lead with two people have chosen that as their favorites. So Scott and my bourbon journey. I can't wait to hear this ranking.
All right, so I'm gonna go last to first. So last for me was the Russells.
I'm not the only one there.
And then third for me was actually the Four Roses Small Batch Select.
Okay.
Second was the 1920. I went back and forth between B and A.
Yeah.
So second was the 1920, and A for me was the Knob Creek. Now I have a Knob Creek store pick as well, so that's a little bit,
All right. So it feels like as long as you have a Knob Creek store pick, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, what do you got, buddy? What did those nostrils tell you?
Four Roses won it for them.
They didn't lie. I'm also going to go last to first because that's how we do it. Last was the Four Roses Small Batch Select.
There you go.
Third was the Old Forester 1920.
Okay.
Second was the Russell's Reserve, and first place was the Knob Creek, which, let me just say, was exactly what I predicted. Which never happens.
Do we expect anything from a Chad less than a nutty product?
Wow.
I also watched you, Chad, as you revealed your results to yourself, and you made the face like, "Oh, I was right." So unsurprised. You do not hide that very well.
No. What do you mean? Nobody saw Chad do this. Nobody was like, ah. Yeah. That was Chad. That's no big deal. I got your nutty right here.
You want some water with these nuts?
Want some water with my nutty? Let's go. All right, Scott. Scott Says Dummies. What was your ranking, buddy?
So similar to the other Scott.
Okay.
Scott's place for me was the Russells,
We're sandwiched by Scott.
which that's where I placed it. Just going back to, and I haven't done a few of these, against each other, but going back to when we reviewed the Russells single barrel, it was okay to me. There wasn't really anything that stood out about it, and it was the first one that I eliminated from this flight. It was out. Third place for me, Four Roses small batch. Good. ABV just wasn't high enough to keep it up there with the others. Second place for me, 1920. And first place was my Knob Creek. Again, though, like Scott, it's a store pick. It was high ABV. I picked it out actually when I went through what I figured was the Knob Creek. And I added more water to it because it was the highest ABV as well. I wanted to bring it down and kind of see how it did. And I went back and forth with Knob Creek and 1920 for quite a bit, trying to figure out which one I really liked best. And Knob Creek finally won it.
But I will say,
sounds like Scots are going to be making it rain, baby.
Yeah. $1 bills, y'all.
But about the availability of the Knob Creek store picks. I mean, almost most of us were like, "Oh, we don't have the regular one; we have a store pick." Like, I mean, that says something. I would say.
Yeah.
Well, but to that point though, Clifton. I mean, it's not like Knob Creek single barrels are not available. It's just that we tend to lean towards something that might be more exclusive, I think.
Potentially. I would say, like, of all these, I mean, like, Russell's picks are a thing, but I don't see them as much as, I mean, this sits on the shelves more than the regular one, at least in my stores in California. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Every store has a pick, multiple picks.
Anytime I come across any Russell's pick or any Knob Creek pick, if it's, Knob Creek is, I base it on age, whereas Russell's picks, I base it on the warehouse. Because based on the warehouse locations, they do differ, a good amount. You guys fist bumping?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, they're not just punching each other.
We got Pear Bear. What do you got, buddy? What was your ranking?
All right. So I am not surprised by my ranking.
So you picked Knob Creek to come out as your top one. So,
and that is exactly what came out on top. For me. Second place was the Russells.
Second place was Russells. Okay.
Yep. Third place, which I am not upset about because, again, it was my number one of 2019, the Four Roses Small Batch Select.
Okay.
And then last was the Old Forester 1920. And I find the more that I do stuff like this, I'm a little bit more consistent than I thought I was going to be originally. But in this case, I still feel like Knob Creek single barrel picks are usually the way to go. That being said, I didn't dislike any of these. It just was, solely what I preferred over everything else. And it really came down to the wire for me between my last two places. So
yeah, I retract my hate on the 1920 because it wasn't my last.
Good.
So it's not quite my flavor profile, but I can appreciate what people.
So Clifton, so with that being said, so what is it that of the 1920 that you don't necessarily like about it?
So I would say, it's not quite like it's banana, but it's not like a Jack Daniel's banana. Jack Daniel's banana is more like a banana bread, like a baked banana. Something with Old Forester still reminds me of like the Runts artificial banana, and I just can't fully get past that.
Yeah.
I can see that, Clifton.
That's definitely a thing.
That's bananas.
Yeah.
No banana intended. Okay. Let me figure out my my ranking here. So I haven't looked yet. So last place, which I thought it was actually Four Roses. I smelt that minty pickle, whatever the hell you want to call it. Third place, I knew that was Old Forester. So this 1920 that I got, and this is a fresh bottle. I haven't had a 1920 this banana forward in a long time.
I have to agree. This is the first bottle I've had of 1920 in a long time. I mean, probably over a year.
Usually I get a lot of chocolate cherry in 1920. This one was chocolate cherry, but someone poured a whole tube of banana extract in that shit.
Hey, let me ask you this: Do you think there's a chance that some of the 1920, like with the birthday bourbon being a little younger, do you think there's a chance that some of their lineup is getting a little younger with some of this stuff and
absolutely
maybe altering that profile slightly?
100%.
You know.
Yep. So now obviously this comes down to Russell's and Knob. So let's see here. This is second place. Holy shit. So second place for me was actually Knob, and I took
really.
I thought we were gonna have the same order for a second. Oh.
Are you the only one that put Russell's first place, or who else did that?
It was close, but this particular now remember Russell's Reserve is a single barrel. My single barrel was extremely butterscotch forward.
Oh yeah,
which is probably my favorite note in bourbon.
Yeah.
The Knob Creek that I had was very close, and definitely I felt like that proof. But the finish on the Russells and that butterscotch, that's what put it over the top for me.
Well, and I think a lot of this is a little bit of like a sensory and a memory thing. So we already know in our mind going in, like which ones we prefer. So you start to search for that one because you don't want to be like, oh yeah, Knob Creek will win it. And then you're like, fuck, Knob Creek came in last for me.
Yeah, I mean, I could, if I did this tomorrow, that the Knob and the Russells could switch, 1 and 2 at any point. They're that good.
Yeah.
And I think there's something to be said about the difference between doing a blind flight and doing a double blind flight. You know, it's what I have always felt like has been the missing link in blind flights personally for me is, I want to know exclusively what it is that I like, but I also want to go into it without being aware of what is actually in front of me. And the point behind that being, if I get a rare breed, but it's also coupled with Jim Beam bonded. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is a purely just a very pure chance to experience things without influence. So
yeah, I think doing that as a double blind is probably the most purest way to do a blind tasting. I will say if I had one of my Knob Creek picks in here, it probably definitely would have won.
Those things get bonkers.
Yeah, some of the 14 and 15-year-old picks I have are just unreal. So
I'm sorry, I'm selective and I only buy the picks, Jason.
Listen, I get it. I get when you can get a 15 or 14-year-old pick for like $45. I do not blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah. My 1920 I looked at and I bought that's March of 2017. That bottle is from. So that's over 3 years old. And I've always thought it was really good, and it did stand out. I thought so. So I should pick up a newer bottling though, the 1920, and at least compare it. But then you're also looking at 3 years of oxidation. In that bottle.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why. So for this blind, I pretty much cracked open all new bottles just to get to see, from a neck pour. Obviously, I let them sit out a little bit and let them oxidize and see what it would be. But I am really surprised at the 1920 how banana forward that new bottle was.
That's what I'm telling you guys. It's not my thing.
I mean, I love Old Forester. I'm a huge fan of their stuff, but that 1920, I have never had it that banana forward. I mean, the other ones, yes, the other selections they have, but the 1920 usually comes off very, like I said, very chocolate cherry, not that banana forward. And this one just, man, I mean, when he said Runts banana, I couldn't get out of my head.
Well, maybe this is because I didn't try Old Forester until a lot later than you guys did. I mean, you guys may have tried it, a couple years back. For me, I think it was at the most a year back when I had it for the first time. So, hey, maybe they changed up how they do it. Maybe there's more of that banana now than there was before.
Yeah.
Is it like a Jack Daniels banana?
I think Jack Daniels is more of like a baked banana, like a baked good, like banana bread. I like that.
Yeah, definitely banana bread on that.
I'm gonna tell you the mix is really good.
Yep, the blend together is all really yummy.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have enough left.
I drank all mine.
And that's what we do at the end.
Flight.
So at the end, we blend them all together.
Don't break
We make a fun blend here. So for all of you watching the final results from all these distinguished whiskey tubers and podcasters.
Ooh, distinguished. I like that.
That's way better. We had Knob Creek came in first place for 6 of us.
Wow.
A little bit of an asterisk there. We did have some store picks that were mixed in there.
Yeah.
Old Forester 1920 came in, was the number 2 pick, coming in with 3 votes. Russell's Reserve I was the only one that picked that as first. And Four Roses got no votes for first place. So
I was still rooting for you, Four Roses. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
On its own, it's such a fantastic bourbon, though.
Yeah, it was the proof that killed it. If that had been equal in proof with these, I think it would have been my first place.
Yeah, we had a store pick of the Four Roses. Let's make a difference. We should just do 4 store picks next time and see. But we have to all get the same store pick, and
that would be difficult.
I mean, it'd be the same one. We did a real blind. It has to be all of us have the same whiskey.
All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is for August, I'll put together another universal blind tasting and put it out there. And what we'll do is I'll try to figure out. We'll do I think we'll keep it simple. We'll do a barrel-proof theme. I'll pick 4 readily available barrel-proof whiskeys, and then we'll go from there and see how it works out.
You had me at barrel-proof.
Her too.
Me too.
See, I also don't have bacon between my things tonight, and I found that makes a huge difference in my blinds. Bacon in between makes a big difference.
Sorry, man.
You can't just be eating bacon.
Red Breast 27. I didn't get any fucking bacon.
That's the difference.
I didn't know you were giving us that. I would have.
I also gave you Charter Oak Canadian Oak tonight.
All right, so what we're going to do now is Trev Wilson, if you're in the chat still, I think we have 2 bottles to give away.
Always here.
Yeah, we have 2 bottles to give away before we sign off. We have a Woodford Reserve store pick from my store in New York, and we have a Russell's Reserve, my personal winner.
in New York.
But this is a single barrel. This is a Camp Nelson F Floor 6 pick that's absolutely delicious. So we're going to be giving away one of those bottles. We're going to be actually giving away both of these to a specific winner tonight. We're going to have 2 winners tonight. So Trev Wilson has been keeping track of the super chats. So Trev, he says, dude, of course I'm in the chat. All right.
That's what I said. He's always here.
Yeah. So Trev, tell me how many numbers we have for super chats tonight, and then we're going to pick some random numbers, and you can let me know who won. What's the total numbers we got, Trev? Man, the blend
suspense is killing me.
The blend is good.
The blend is really good.
The blend is tasty.
Yeah. I think the blend is better than. I think it's better than the sum of its parts.
Agree. Yeah.
All right. So Trev Wilson says number 1 to 71. Okay, here we go.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Thank you for the 71 super chats, everybody. That's awesome.
Yeah, the support's insane. Here we go.
Moly.
Pick a number between 1 and 71. All right, here comes the first one, guys. See if anyone can see that.
No.
Have a ball.
Here's a random number, 25.
25.
Excellent.
All right, Trev Wilson, who is 25?
It probably rhymes with my bourbon journey, I'm sure.
Be tough to rhyme with, man.
It rhymes with pot, meaning scotch.
Yeah, nice.
All right, who do we got here? Tech 187, great challenge. I appreciate that, Tech. Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate the support. The first winner is 25, Wildlife and Whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, buddy. Woo! Nice. All right. Congratulations, Wildlife and Whiskey. Email me at themashanddrum@gmail.com, and we will connect, and I'll get you your bottle. Wildlife and Whiskey, you're going to win the Woodford Reserve pick out of my store in New York. Next item up for winner is the Russell's Private Selection. So here we go. Let's do this again. Pick a number between 1 and 71.
How much for a night with Jason?
Can't afford it. It's now a bachelor's auction.
Oh, it's $29. I'm in.
20. Oh, 29 now. All right.
$29.
Cliffy.
You guys want to bid for a night in the whiskey room?
We gotta call Justin.
He's over there.
Pick a number between $1 and $6.
I won't put my nuts on your drum set. I promise.
But I will.
As the gay guy in the chat, I'm not
I think Neil's fingers are crossed. He doesn't promise that.
Just because Neil said that, he's totally gonna be rubbing his nuts on my drums.
Yeah, he will.
It's happening. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna teabag those things for sure.
The second one, Jason.
All right, second winner, 29 is Mike Meyer.
Michael,
Mike. Congrats, Mike.
Congrats.
Meyer.
Mike, you get the Russell Reserve store pick. Congrats, man. And I will actually throw a couple samples in there for each of you guys. I have my Weller Foolproof pick and a couple of other things that I'll throw in there just to send off with you to just say thanks and thanks for the support, guys. So appreciate it. All right, we have our winners. Congrats, guys. Very nice.
Yes. Woo.
All right, and with that, of course, I have to play, if nobody has seen it yet, the time that I fell.
I was hoping this was going to be part of your celebration.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd separate it. So here is the time I fell after filming an Eliza Craig barrel-proof blind flight, and here it is. I fell.
Most importantly, which batch was that?
I love how no one went to your rescue.
Yeah, that was last year. That was all. That was I did all three.
Your socks blew off on that one.
Yeah,
Can we please see that one more time?
I fell.
I fell. Hey, everybody.
I did not have life alert, so
help my phone and I can't get up.
Help! I'm drinking whiskey and I can't get up.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was amazing.
Oh my gosh, that was one of the best things I've ever seen. That was incredible.
That was the best way to end my night.
Oh yeah.
See, I need to start just setting a camera up every time I have a drink.
Yes, that is how you end the live stream, guys.
That's a good one. That's very good.
So with that,
that never gets old. That never gets old. That everybody in the comments, oh, you're so fucking right. It's funny every damn time.
That's just classic as Bill trying to move his freaking whiskey tank.
Oh my god.
Yeah, when he couldn't, because he's so big, he couldn't even get like around the light. Oh my god, I was dying during that.
I'm just waiting for my time to come when I have a moment like that to shine.
It'll happen.
So okay, what can I say? I think if we can, I would like to try to set this up maybe once a month. We'll pick a night, and you guys, whoever the whiskey tubers can come on, we'll do a blind flight collectively to see what comes out on top. Obviously, Knob Creek Single Barrel was the winner tonight in this blind flight. So thanks for all of you for coming on. I can't say enough for the support and the community and everything that you guys have done to, maybe not only contribute to the whiskey community, but also to even help my channel along, the last 2 years. So I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for all that. And I guess with that, we're going to call it a night. So thanks for everything. Thanks for all the support. This was probably one of the funnest live streams that I've been a part of and was able to put together with everyone coming on. And I can't say enough. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for everything. All you guys coming on and being a part of this. What can I say? Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jason, for having us on, and congratulations.
Congrats, Jason.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
All right, as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share with. So go pour something, finish off the night, have a nightcap, and I'll see you guys next week on the Master and Drum. Take care, everybody.
Guys.
Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.